how to get rid of lust, how to finally beat lust, you know. And trust me, this is a sin I struggle with and struggled a lot in the past, but you know, I've gotten better at it. Alright, now the first thing you need to know is that you can't fight it. I know. Mostly every sin you can fight. You know, you can throw hands, be like, you know, every sin mostly every sin you can fight, right? That's why you gotta run. You gotta run. Run to God, right? So yeah, all right. Flee from lust. All right, that's what God says. Flee from lust and seek refuge in Him. You gotta run, not fight. Because if you fight, it's going to end up attacking you, right? And don't tease it either. Don't mess around with it. All right. So if you this is gonna sound weird, right? If you on that website, right? And you like, I can handle it. I'm just gonna look at it. I ain't gonna jack off nothing, right? Right. You keep scrolling, messing around with it. Now you just sinned. See, now you gotta ask for forgiveness, right? But if you just run, but if you would have just not done it, right, then it's fine. You would have been fine. And some of y'all probably, before watching this, look, I'm just saying, some of y'all probably either watched that website, jacked your thing, or was lusting after some woman. One of the three. Alright. And let's look at some characters in the Bible who lusted after women. Who fell. Some great people. Alright, there's like two I know. Alright, Solomon. Right? I don't remember the girl's name. Alright. But this man was wise, right? The wisest king, the wisest man, basically, to ever live, right? He was given wisdom by God in a dream, basically, or a vision, if you want to call it, right? Right? He was rich, wise, powerful, all that, and he had God on his side. He basically had everything, if you think about it, right? Then he started lusting after a woman, right? Right? His lust took over his wisdom, right? Then now let's look at another one. I think his name is Simon, right? Yeah, Simon, the strong guy. Yeah. He was strong, everything, right? Then God was like, hey, like basically you can have any girl you want in here, in this village area, basically, whatever, right? So yeah, but he wanted some other girl like in a foreign place, right? So don't remember what the girl's name was, but basically what happened was like, she kept acting at him like, hey, where you get your strength from? Where you get your strength from, right? So and David, not David, Simon, he had his strength from his hair, right? Because he had like super long hair. So he told her, right? She cut off his hair. This man, with I swear the things they did to him are unspeakable. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, I'm pretty sure they tied him up, made him a slave, I think, or was that somebody else? I don't know, but something bad happened to him. I do know that much. See, so you gotta be careful with lust, right? These men try fighting it. I mean, not finding it, but they try teasing lust, right? They try playing around with it, right? And then they end up sinning, and then they got in trouble, right? That's why God tells us to flee from lust, right? You gotta flee. You know, you can't fight it. You can't tease it, ha ha ha. You know, you gotta, you know, run. That's what you gotta do. You know. All right. Well, yeah, that's it for now.